Good morning, Los Angeles. It's me, Isabel. Hi, I'm Isabel if you don't know me. This morning we are at the beach. I don't live very far from the beach, so I walked here this morning. I woke up at like 5:50, 6 in the morning. And so I came and I walked here. I got a coffee. I don't normally drink coffee, but they didn't have any hot tea except for Earl Grey at Noah's Bagels. So I got a latte, which, like, not bad. I, yeah, my stomach hurts, but I'll so survive. Anyway, we came on the beach today and I journaled a little bit. And topic that's on the mind. Oh, doggy. Dog is taking a shit. We will give him some privacy. Topic that came to mind today was autonomy. And autonomy is something that I honestly have not struggled with. I have dealt with like my entire life. And it's almost like everyone strives for autonomy, right? Like everyone wants to be independent. Everyone wants to move out of their parents' house and make their own money and be self-reliant, right? Right? I feel like that's the general consensus. At least like people my age, like they are about their fucking grind. Like they're not trying to leech off of anybody. I was listening to this song by Horse Girl and Six X. It's a new song. It's called, I'll put it on the screen. I really don't remember what it's called.
All the girls in the club, put your hands up. Independent bitch, get that money, girl boss.
She literally goes, making money. What did she say?
Yeah, making money with my work. Yes, I don't need any man to pay. No.
Hey, yay, making money. Yeah, it's a good song, okay? It's a cute song. Basically, people want autonomy, right? People want to be self-made, want to be successful. They want to be doing their shit themselves. They don't want to have to rely on anybody because time and time again, people are going to disappoint you and they're going to not do what you want them to do, or you're going to be able to do whatever you want better because you can execute what's in your head better than somebody else can. They can't read your mind, right? But it's like, doggy's coming back? Oh, hello. He was like, he doesn't go up to people. Yeah, he went up to me. Yeah, I'm a dog whisperer. Anyways, as I was saying before, I was duly distracted by the adorable dog. Yes, we want autonomy. Yes, we want to be able to do things ourselves and be self sufficient. But me personally, I feel like there is a threshold. I mean, there's a threshold with everything, right? Like, when does it become extreme? When does it become like consuming, you know? And from a very young age, I was taught to be autonomous. I was taught to be independent and do things myself. Like the minute that I could hold a toothbrush, my parents were like, brush your own teeth. The minute that I could pull up my own pants, my parents were like, dress yourself. And they trusted me with a lot of decisions as a very young kid. And I remember first grade, I came home first day with those like welcome packets where your parents are supposed to sign everything and they're supposed to read everything and they're et cetera, et cetera. My parents were like, forge our signature. Literally, my parents would have me forge their signature since I was 6 years old. 6 years old. I can do my mother's signature perfectly. I mean, maybe not now. It's been a really long time, but yeah. And I did that for field trip slips and for acknowledgement forms, et cetera, because they were like, you have the better judgment. I don't fucking know. I don't know why they did that. Next episode, I'm bringing on my parents to ask them why did they do that. No, but I love my parents to death. But this is something that I really do struggle with. And it's because they did that. They let me make big choices from a very early on age. And it's not like giving big choices to children is going to help them learn right and wrong between those choices. It's going to only instill that trust in them and in you that they can make big decisions, even if they're the wrong decisions. And throughout my entire life, I've been making these decisions for myself. And there were times where my parents tried to interfere and they were like, no, we don't want you to do that. Okay. So, for example, the one example I probably have. Okay, during COVID, my parents were moving and like terrible timing, et cetera, et cetera. And I wanted to live by myself. I wanted to get my own apartment because I was 16 and they had been telling me that I could be autonomous my whole life and I could drive. And I was living between both my parents' houses, which were in two different states. And I was basically taking care of myself and living on my own anyway. I was just sleeping at my parents' house. And I was like, I want my own apartment. I want my own apartment. Like, really trying to push for it. And they were like, who do you think you are? Trying to get an apartment at 16? Like, you're a kid. I'm like, I'm the kid you fucking raised. I'm the kid you told that, like, could do whatever they wanted independently. And it's not like I made bad choices as a teenager at all. Like, I was making good choices. I was smart, you know, like in school, not doing drugs. I didn't hit a vape until college. Like, I didn't really smoke. Like, I did not smoke until I was like 17. So I was making good choices. So they saw that I was a good kid making these autonomous decisions by myself. So this is literally just a trauma dump. Sorry. But maybe people need to hear this. Maybe like you're in a similar situation, or maybe you want autonomy or independence really bad, but like be careful what you fucking wish for. So I wanted this apartment really fucking bad. And my parents were like, no, you can't get an apartment. Like, even if you pay for it yourself, we're not going to sign the papers because you're 16. You can't, you know, do it yourself. And I was baffled. And it was like, to them, it was like, oh, you think you can't be told no? Like, you think you can just get everything that you want? But that's not it at all. And my sister also thought the same thing, where she was like, you think you're so entitled that you deserve an apartment? It's like, no, I have been told my entire life that I could do anything that I wanted. And you guys have let me because you didn't want to parent me. And thank God I'm intelligent. Thank God I am aware and I made the right choices and I was able to be autonomous in a smart way. But everyone was like, who do you think you are? And I was like, bro, who you told me I was? Like, what? I was so confused. Anyways, autonomy is not always entirely bad because it did make me very ambitious and make me very brave. Like, I was able to move across the country by myself at 17 when I came to college and not really feel too bad about it. Like, I didn't really miss home a lot. I wasn't scavenging, like, how do I cook ramen? Like, I knew how to take care of myself already. So it was good that I had that. But it was like I didn't have a support system. I didn't have a backbone to lean on. And it had just been like that my whole life. And now that I'm 22 years old, I'm realizing it. I'm like, oh, wait, it's just me. And it's just been me for like what, 6, 7 years now. I'm having to deal with these consequences. And it's like, is it my fault? And I know it's technically like nobody's fault, but tell my brain that, guys. Like, tell my brain that. I've been trying to tell her. She just won't like get it in there that like nobody is at fault. Like, you don't need to place blame on anyone or anything. And that's also, again, with the threshold. It's like, when does it become negative versus positive? Because since I've been so autonomous my entire life, I have extreme self awareness and I live entirely in my head. And it's like, I can't escape it anymore because I know everything about me I know every piece of me. I know why I do what I do, and I'm, as we can see, and I can figure out and I can trace the lineage. I know the root of my suffering, but that doesn't stop the suffering. Being so hyper aware is kind of like bad for me right now. And there's people who, of course, are not aware at all of themselves and how they affect others. And they do need a little bit of autonomy to regain themselves. But in my case, I need the opposite. Like, I need support and I need people to tell me what to do and to help me make decisions and not feel like the entire weight of the world is on me, as it has been for the past 22 years. So, all this to say, be careful what you wish for and take note of what you have knowledge wise and what you need knowledge wise. I feel like the general message that everyone always says is like, you need to love yourself more, you need to spend more time alone, and you need to really be more inward. That's the general consensus. Like when you go to therapy, they're like, take some time alone, like don't let other people dictate your life, etc., etc. But in my case, it's not like that. And social media, the internet, etc., will make you think that you are like everybody else, but you're not. You are completely individual and you are completely original. And the things that happen to you have not happened to everybody, especially not in the order that they happened. Because I felt this kind of independence and autonomy from a very early age. And a lot of people don't start that until they are my age right now. And it's like, they're going to get to the point where they're like, whoa, maybe I'm a little too autonomous. And like, take a shot every time I say autonomous, please. You'll be fucked up by the end of this. But it's good to be spreading mental health awareness and like good tools and tips to like help promote a more conscious collective, but take note of how it affects you and how your life is already, like formed, and how that information feeds back into your life and how well it can even benefit you. And I saw like a meme the other day that was like, somewhere, someplace, a therapist is telling a Nepo baby to think about themselves more and like focus on you when like they're the most selfish person in the entire world. And like, that's so true. So, in conclusion, love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for watching. And think about yourself a little bit. Think about the things that you consume and how they affect you in your life. And I'm going to enjoy the beach. Have a good day.